Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Today, we are in interaction with Professor Madhura Mahajan, ma'am. She is the Dean and HOD of Printing Technology Engineering at PVG College of Engineering, Pune. We are here to discuss more about this branch and get insights about the same from Professor Madhura, ma'am. So, first of all, welcome, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to join us at such a short notice.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kalpesh. Actually, the pleasure is all ours. And thank you for giving an opportunity to talk about this branch, which is a unique branch under Savitribai Phule Pune University.
Thank you, ma'am. And we would like to begin with the first question, which you hinted itself. Would like to know more about the branch. What exactly is printing engineering at your respective college?
So the college itself started with the name of College of Printing, Engineering and Graphic Communication. So
Okay.
that was how this PVG, which is a well-known college today in Pune, Maharashtra, and it started with this branch in 1985. So Pune Vidyarthi Graha is a 115 years old organization. So our parent institute, and it has always shown interest, right, from the time of before freedom struggle. During the freedom struggle and before independence, and even after post-independence, interest in printing and print-related acts. Balgangadhar Lokmanya Tilak also had connections with PVG while he was starting his newspaper, Kesari. And even Sakar newspaper initially was launched in PVG with the name called Carl. And then eventually, they separated and then they started the newspaper, which we all know as Sakar, which is a well-known regional language newspaper in Maharashtra. So this was all pre-independence, and post-independence. Then, of course, there were many technical courses that happened. Then in 77 or 78, we started the diploma course. So
Okay.
it was Maharashtra Institute of Printing Technology, which started the 3 years printing diploma program. And then followed shortly in 1985, the BE printing program was started, and the founder was Dr. Koba Kulkarni. And he actually was trained in printing from Germany, and he felt that time the need to have this unique branch of engineering. So that time, private engineering colleges were just coming up in the early 80s. And that's how he took the opportunity of starting a unique branch that time. Obviously, the demand and requirement of printing in the 80s was completely different. We were all entirely dependent on print.
Right.
And today, almost in the 21st century, things change, especially post COVID also, things have changed. And what I would like to share with you and all the viewers is that from this July 2024 onward, we have got permission that our branch is now going to be printing and packaging tech. So
Okay.
looking at the needs of or the growing demand of packaging in every sector, every application that we see and that we use, we felt that we should add packaging to our curriculum, which will increase the potential, the avenues for the students, especially the job and entrepreneurial. So it is a unique branch from 85 till 2024. So 1985 to 2024, we are running this branch successfully. And as I said, it's like unique because people who are in this field know the importance, especially all the manufacturers, the suppliers, the industry who are into this business. They all understand the importance of printing and packaging. So our founder principal had got himself trained in printing,
Right.
so he knew the importance of printing, and that's how this branch was started.
Right. Wonderful to know the history connection of this particular branch, and also how much it has contributed, maybe slightly or morely, into the Indian freedom struggle as well. And ma'am, to continue with the same question, I would also like to know how different or similar the syllabus of printing engineering is with maybe a branch like mechanical or production or maybe some other branches.
So today, usually how the categorization is happening, you have IT branches and you have non-IT branches. And so if you say non-IT branches include mechanical, then civil, or even electronics and telecommunication, electrical, and then in our branch such as printing. But if you actually go to see, it is a non-IT branch, but it is all of these branches have become multidisciplinary,
Right.
right? So they are all having. I mean, we need to cover everything which is there in mechanical. We need to cover electronics also. We need to cover electrical also. We need to cover all software related courses. So it is like within in engineering it is interdisciplinary, and apart from engineering we have to also cover other aspects such as finance or legal aspects. So it
Right.
so it, the overall program becomes multidisciplinary. So why mechan? It's how similar it is to mechanical is now today machines require printing machines require drives or
Right.
mechanisms. So we need to have subjects related to mechanical.
Right.
So printing machines, theory of printing machines, or you can say machine design. So all of these are included in our. A little bit of everything has to be covered because, and this is also applicable to mechanical also, and also
Right.
applicable to electronics, also applicable to electrical. Because no one is now standing independent.
Right.
Everyone is interdisciplinary and has to take help of all other branches.
Exactly.
That's how our curriculum is also based.
Exactly, ma'am. And who do you think is an ideal candidate who should be taking admission in printing technology or printing and packaging according to you?
Now, what happens is not many people know about this branch.
Right.
Okay, so the admissions that who usually reach out to us, the students or parents who reach out to us, having their own business.
Okay.
So primarily, that's how they all start coming up, and start inquiring.
Right.
Since they have their own business, they know the potential that
Right.
what is going to be in business in the next 4 years or next 5 years, okay, or 10 years down the line. And so for that, what kind of background is important? Suppose the parent who is coming, the mother or father who has their own business, they know that I want this thing to be expanded to a certain level.
Right.
For that, it is important that my son or daughter takes admission into a course or a program which will help them take it to, or improve it, or expand it to a certain requirement. So that
Right.
is one of the primarily those people. Secondly, people who are having some interest in graphic design.
Okay.
So there are many candidates, many girls candidates, or even boys who feel that yeah, since printing includes design, because you will not print anything unless you design or prepare a
Right.
layout, plan it. So these are some of the there are some of the students who are interested in graphic design. And thirdly, there are students who feel that rather than going for uh, IT. Some people just don't like coding. Some
Right, ma'am.
students don't agree to coding, and the circuit branches like electronics and telecommunication also is something which they don't prefer. And then they feel that okay, let's see what is different in this. And so we have many walk-in inquiries who
Okay.
get to know about the branch. So they come down, they see the labs, they see all the infrastructure, and and then they feel, oh, okay, this is something different that we would like to know or study. And that's how our class. So it's basically some people who are not aware, some people who are entirely aware, and
Right.
some people who are want to do something in create who are creative people. So creativity also gets kind of encouraged
Hmm.
through other.
So thank you so much for the answer, ma'am. As you explained about who all are opting for it now, I would also like to know what are the opportunities for someone who wish to maybe start a business on his own. And you, as you also mentioned that maybe from next year, packaging is also being introduced with printing. And with the advent of companies like Amazon, Flipkart, the emphasis on packaging has drastically increased. And in marketing also, they say that packaging also plays a very crucial role while deciding whether to buy a product or not. So that will also contribute a lot to people who wish to start a business. But what are the businesses which maybe the alumni has started in the same?
Yeah. So as you have rightly said that packaging is growing, and many multinational companies are coming in for and starting their own ventures and trying to understand Indian market and bring products in here, and then of course they obviously are going to be packed and then sold. So there are different types of packaging available. So of course, one is broad classification is a rigid package and a flexible package.
Okay.
So something like a shampoo pouch is a flexible
Right.
made from flexible materials such as plastic, and a rigid package is a corrugation package, or that is a corrugated board or a
Right.
box. Then you have a mono carton, that is any carton that you see. Let's say the carton of even the phone, your mobile phone, which is packed in, that is a carton.
Right.
And then you have e-commerce pack. So that's an
Right.
entirely different sector altogether,
Okay.
which requires packaging, and it's different than both of these is because it's simple, and the only objective of e-commerce is to pack the goods and deliver it to it. So there is no
Right.
question of designing, no question of marketing, no question of
Right.
aesthetic appeal. So it's just protection
Right.
for the product. So like this, all this is being covered, and so it's the growth of packaging industry in India and globally is going to be extremely high. And so for students, it is can be a great option if they want to start anything, any of these packaging ventures. So they can go for a corrugation packaging unit. They can go for even this mono carton packaging. They can go for e-commerce packaging because that's a
Okay.
separate unit which Amazon will give orders to a separately handled press who is doing e-commerce packaging.
Right.
Right? And he can cater to e-commerce platforms, he or she, and or he can have they can start visible packaging. So there is huge potential for packaging, and obviously anyone who wants to start a business will can see or when can get a huge market for products.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for that answer, ma'am. And definitely, I also agree to that. That the opportunities are just increasing, and maybe it is the right time to enter a field like printing and packaging as well. Also, in previous discussion, you mentioned about female candidates. So I would like to know, are how much female candidates are there? Are they really keen? Do they find jobs which are offered by printing and packaging quite challenging, or definitely they are up for it?
What happens is now we do have both girls and the boys candidates coming for this program, taking
Yes, ma'am.
admission. There are various sectors or various departments in the press department. Okay? Then you have a quality control
Right.
department. Then you have production department where actual heavy machinery and production activities are happening. And then there is a post printing or converting department, and then there's dispatch. So this is primarily the flow in any commercial printing or packaging
Right.
press. So where do the girls get an opportunity? Girls get an opportunity for marketing or customer support. Then
Right.
girls may get an opportunity for designing. Girls can get an opportunity for quality control,
Right.
planning. Okay. So these are the opportunities where girls get an opportunity for at in small presses, small production houses, or even large production.
Okay.
And in a given city, let's say any urban city like or a metro city such as Pune, Mumbai, or any of the capitals, there is a mix of both of these will be there. So there will be small printers, small, medium, as well as
Okay.
large. And opportunities are there in every of these. So if somebody is not comfortable working with a large multinational company, okay, there are small printers,
Right.
just maybe 10 minutes of your from your residence. Okay, so there's going to be a printing press almost in every locality.
Yes, ma'am.
And similarly, somebody who's keen on working and having a big career, so there are various multinationals, and one such or one or two such important multinationals are there in Pune itself. So
Okay.
Tetra Pak is one packaging which we all know and are aware of.
Right.
Then there's a company called Avery Dennison. That's also a multinational company. That is 3M, which is now no longer printing, and it's not just printing on paper. It's like printing on any substrate.
Right.
So in our, we are not just talking about printing a newspaper or printing a book. It could be any surface, any substrate, and any product that
Exactly.
you want it to be to look aesthetically good, and right from a single number to maybe a million copies. So it's like the entire range of production of people.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for that answer, in fact, because
That's
we are still not aware about how big this universe is of printing. And as you rightly mentioned, it covers all the different kinds of surfaces, starting from a small, medium to a large scale business as well. And that gives a lot of clarity to the scope which this particular branch has. At the same time, I would also like to ask you, ma'am, what are the employment opportunities which are maybe provided by the college itself? Are the companies visiting the premises for student recruitment?
Yeah. So, talking about employability or employment requirements, which are given by the college. So we have training and placement office. So it's an engineering college. So we are having 7 branches of engineering. Printing is the basic branch here started in, or the first branch here started. So for all the branches, there is a training and placement office. And since it's almost now close to 35 batches have passed out. So we almost have a huge list of companies,
Right.
not only from Pune, Mumbai, Maharashtra, but all of India as well as from outside India. So we also have international placements, and but then of course students have to show the interest and what you can say the inclination to
Right.
go out. Students coming from rural areas, from remote places, they are not very keen on moving to a bigger city. So
Right.
that is the difficulty. But we have huge opportunities. So as I said, if somebody really wants to stay within Pune, but there is opportunity in Mumbai or in Delhi or Gurgaon and various other cities in India. And at the same time, we get there are companies coming from Middle East. Or
Okay.
so the TPO, the Training and Placement Office, the companies are registered with TPO. As soon as they show that their interest of recruitment, the messages related to the respective students who are registered for under the TPO for placement, and then based upon their resume and their liking and an aptitude test, and then interview, personal interview,
Yes, ma'am.
the selection process happens.
Okay. So, ma'am, in continuation with the same question, there are few students who might think of maybe switching to computer sciences, maybe for placement, not as a branch, but for a placements after second year or third year. Are they eligible for placements when it comes to computer science placements or maybe IT placements?
Yes, yes, very much it is possible. And there are many students who are, and how it's not that they switch to only an IT industry. It's like
Right.
there are many companies like, let's say, TCS or even L&T who have, you can say, the jobs outlined for the printing industry.
Okay.
So any IT recruitment, but with the printing domain.
Understood.
The students from printing industry are also selected. Yes, the students need to know or follow the eligibility criteria of that IT company, whoever is recruiting.
Right.
But there are a lot of opportunities even for printing students who want to switch to IT. So they can, with the basic of whatever basic programming languages that they need to study, and then with the help of that, if they have an aptitude for IT industry and for programming, also,
Right.
that's and the opportunities are huge in that case also.
Exactly, ma'am. Understood. And thank you so much for that insight, because that also helps a student to decide whether to go for a branch or not. And we got a
Yeah.
lot of clarity about printing as well as packaging. And I'm pretty sure that students would love to join this branch because this is something new. They should definitely move away from the herd mentality which is being followed. They should think about their own interests and preferences. They should also look about what are the opportunities available in the market currently. And I'm pretty sure that the packaging industry, people who entered packaging at the right time are doing much better than maybe people who entered computer science branch in the last few years. So definitely, it is a wonderful opportunity, and we would like to thank PVG for ensuring that such a branch is available, which might not be available in any other college in Maharashtra. They are not just looking behind commercialization of education, which maybe all other colleges are, because adding one more branch related to computer science will ensure that it is completely packed. But ensuring that continuing with the tradition of a college, maybe something which will add more value to the society, they have ensured that this particular branch is available, and it will also flourish with the addition of packaging and many other things to come. So thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us and sharing so much details about this particular branch and also your experience of so many years.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm also really happy that your company has, or your institute has actually given us, and they've given us this platform to share whatever information we have about our branch. It's really very interesting that that students who are, there are such companies like you who guide or help students, help seek a certain career or certain professional career in their life, which may not be, as you said, as like the herd mentality, but something different if they want to
Right, ma'am.
do and achieve in life, something which is possible through such branches, which is like ours.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
So thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.